A major marquee hotel in Las Vegas is set to open finally on August the 27th. We have a major show that's closing down, a big show with over 6,000 performances and hundreds of people in the cast. We also have the lawsuit against the bars versus the state of Nevada and Mr. Steve Sisolak. And we also have Fremont Street hiring downtown. So if you want to go work in Vegas, you can get a job. Yes, it is possible. And you can work in Nevada. Just got to look for those jobs. May not be the jobs you want, but you tell me if this is a good sign. My name is Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas. We're going to cover all those topics in the news right here today. It is hot. It's got to be at least 100 degrees already, and it's, 9 o'clock in the morning. Welcome to the Nevada desert, everybody. If you guys want to support the channel, make sure you guys do like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell for them there, future notifications. And make sure you select all notifications, or else you're not going to get all notifications. Hey, not getting notifications? Here's why. You probably select personalized notifications, meaning that YouTube will probably ignore a lot of the video topics that I do and not push them to you. So make sure you do that. And if you're already subscribed, hit the bell and go to all notifications. If you guys want to reach out on the channel, do so on Facebook group, Not Leaving Las Vegas. If you guys want to support the channel, we also have Patreon. You guys can be in the videos, early access. My live stream from last night is there for copyright reasons. YouTube doesn't like it, so I had to put it on another platform. That's a perk for being on Patreon. It's uploading right now. You can see my replay live on Patreon. If you guys want to also support, reach out, go to vegasfacemask.com. No S at the end. This one we call Tiger King. I like this face mask. It's really cool. Makes me feel like I'm some kind of exotic person from an international traveler or Tony Montana or something with my shirt. Anyways, yeah, commercials aside, the haters are going to hate, and I love you haters. Let me grab my paper. All right, so what do we got going on today? The Mirage. The Mirage is opening August 27th. Somebody once told me in the chat, the rumor they heard of the Mirage being closed was because somebody had died in one of the vents and they needed to fumigate the hotel. Another person once told me that the Mirage was being used as a triage unit or as a homeless, can't think of the word. What do the cops like to say? They say, I just say homeless person, a homeless person shelter. I can't think, transient person shelter. That's the word they use when you're the Metro Police Force. Yeah, I don't think any of those things were true. I just honestly think that the Mirage said, you know what? Caesars ain't doing that well. Let's just keep the Mirage closed for a little bit until there's some actual foot traffic. This is a good sign for Nevada and for Las Vegas in general. It means that they're confident in their Labor Day coming up on the first weekend of September. They're confident in their bookings going forward in the future. And they've probably done a bunch of internal polling and data to say that it's going to be good to open the resort at this point. So that's actually a good thing. So the Mirage opening, awesome news. August 27th, the volcano will come back. It's not on right now. We learned that in the live stream last night. Somebody's girlfriend was trolling him, and he was screaming, 2 minutes till showtime, and then he got mad and stormed away. It was pretty hilarious. You should watch the live streams when I go downtown and on the strip. You never know what you're going to see. So Mirage is open, but that's the good news. The not so good news is that the Reve is actually closing. Reve, the Dream, named after a Vincent van Gogh painting, if I'm not mistaken. Steve Wynn's favorite painting, he actually put a hole in it one day. Steve Wynn has macular degenerative kind of eye disease, so he can't see a lot, and he was showing it off to try to sell it one day at a dinner as a painting, masterpiece of art, original, and he put his elbow through it. Now it was restored. But anyways, he named his show at the Encore, or is it the Wynn? He named his Wynn show the Reve. It's a giant water show production. It has like 200 or 300 people in the cast. And the Wynn reasons they gave just said that in the ongoing pandemic situation where we don't know when shows are going to open up, we have to permanently furlough you. We have to permanently get rid of you. They're not even furloughed. They're just canceling your show. Well, Wynn, I don't understand. I don't understand why you would permanently cancel a show with over 6,000 different performances under your belt. If you guys can somehow give me some logic for this, I don't know. Maybe they were paying those employees to be off during this entire time. Or maybe there was some kind of contract clause where the people from Reve said, look, these are professional entertainers, and if they can get work overseas or somewhere else, we kind of have to break up the band on this one and let them go work because they have clauses and they have contracts. Maybe there was something else that we don't know. I don't know. You leave me a comment below. What do you think of Reve being actually canceled? And are you happy that the Mirage is opening? Are you going to go check out the Mirage while you're here? Or has that resort kind of faded from your memory. One other thing that's weird about the Mirage is that in the original Wynn reopening plan, you know, the draconian Empire Strikes Back type plan where they were talking about crazy things like stopping people and forcing them in temperature checks and stuff like that and giving their information to the CDC. They already said in that plan, we're confident with the Reve show because there's chlorine in the water and chlorine is shown to kill the C-19. So they went from being confident in the show coming back to just getting rid of the show entirely. Quite a bummer if you ask me. We also have the bar lawsuit, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. When are the bars going to open? There's a lawsuit between the state of Nevada and 37 different bars and taverns that were closed down. We're going to get to that. That's complicated, but let's talk about Fremont Street. Good news, everybody. If you want a job in Nevada, they are out there. I can't tell you enough. They might not be the jobs that you want to have. You might have gone from a high-paying job and that was, you know, furloughed and you don't have work right now, or you were laid off, or your company just decided to go kaput out of business. There are jobs here. I see them posted on convenience stores. They need people to work in grocery and all that kind of thing. Well, Fremont Street is hiring custodians, people to operate the rides like the zip lines and things like this matter. So they do have a bunch of jobs. They said the big challenge on Fremont Street right now is cleaning. They need to clean more than they've ever cleaned in their entire existence for obvious reasons. Maybe if we were cleaning this much and watching our P's and Q's, we wouldn't be in this situation, but who knows, right? Viruses don't care about your cleaning, or apparently they do, so they're hiring a bunch of people downtown to clean stuff. Now, I don't know how well the jobs pay. I don't know what your credentials are going to be to get these jobs, but I guess the point is, if you don't have any more assistance from the government and you're trying to make ends meet, you can still get work in Nevada. It may not be the work you're looking for, but you know what? After the 2008 recession, we went through a very, very long period where some people who had very well-paying professional jobs had to work several different jobs in order to make ends meet. And as the economy recovers, this is a stopgap between what you want to do and what you have to do, I guess. It is what it is, right? We all have to do things we don't want to do, but that is a good sign. But lastly, we come up to the bar lawsuit. The bars, there are 37 of them, and just the other day, a judge started hearing for 90 minutes the arguments from the lawyers that are representing 37 bars. You see, when we opened Nevada up, the casinos opened first. The casinos opened first, the bars opened second. But shortly after the bars opening on July 4th, when the casinos, I think it was July 4th or July 3rd, shortly after opening on the 27th, the bars were shut down entirely. Governor Sisolak decided to shut the bars down. I think that's the time frame we're looking at. If it's not, don't go crazy on me. He decided to shut the bars down because he said that was a major point of transmission. Well, 37 different bars decided to levy a lawsuit and say that you put us out of business and you don't know what you're doing, and we have all sorts of proof. So at first, the lawyer for the people in the plaintiff side being the bars and taverns that were closed, they argued a few different points. They said that in recent press conferences that Sisolak gave, Sisolak said things like, maybe I was too quick to close down the bars, admitting that he had some kind of defeat and some kind of guilt right there. He also admitted that we have to look at different sectors of business types, and if a nursing home is the problem, why are we shutting down something like swimming pools? That's another kind of admission of guilt in the eyes of the attorneys, allegedly. That's what they say. Now, the judge on the case heard all of the two sides, and what they have determined, the judge has to determine now for themselves, is whether they have the actual authority to override what the governor says in the interest of health and safety. The governor said things in the interest of health and safety. The judge has a big responsibility now. Can they go ahead and override what the governor did? Because the governor is supposed to be only able to make these decisions when they have good data in the interest of, you know, the public's health. So now they're going to go back and forth for a while, and they're going to figure out whether or not what the plaintiffs are arguing is true, and what the defendants are arguing, which is the state and the government, is true. Whether or not we get to a point where the bars are going to be forced to open, that's going to be a whole thing altogether. We don't know if that's going to happen in the very end of it. If we get to a point where the judge says that they do have the authority to rule against the state of Nevada, then the bars get to open. It should be noted that 80% of all of the bars, when checked for compliance before they were actually closed down, were completely in compliance with everything. Face masks, social distancing, cleaning, turning off their touchscreens at their bars and everything like that. They had no problems with any of that stuff. It was the closing down that they're upset about because they say that they have no proof that they're a point of the transmission. The plaintiffs' lawyers also argue right now that the main points of transmission are things like nursing homes and public gatherings, or people's family gatherings, not public gatherings. So when people decide that they want to have a barbecue in their backyard and they invite 12 family members into their household. Now we have 15 people in one household. That has been shown to be a bigger point of transmission than the Strip, than other things in Nevada. Nursing homes, a bigger point of transmission than anything else. One of the worst hotspots in Nevada is a nursing home in Summerlin. So we could see some more action on this week. Whether or not they do a ruling this week, I'm sure they want to push this so if they can open up for the big Labor Day weekend coming up in September, they want to get to that point. We will keep you updated on the channel. So there we go. We got some interesting news. We got Mirage opening, the Reve is closing, the bars have a lawsuit, and Fremont Street is hiring. You tell me what you think in the comments below about all of this. I would be interested to know what you think. Do you think those rumors about the Mirage were true? Did a homeless guy really crawl into a vent? I doubt it. But hey, look, rumors are fun. We can make a lot of clicks. If I posted that video on the channel, how many clicks do you think I would have? Holy cow, I'd have a viral video talking about a homeless guy in the Mirage. And I have a big old lawsuit on my hands, so I don't even want to talk about that one right there. Oh man, watch out there in this new digital landscape we have where opinions become facts and facts become opinions. All right, guys, now's the time of the video where I get close to the camera. If you want to support the video, go over to Patreon. You guys can support us there. If you guys want to join the Facebook group, it's called Not Leaving Las Vegas. If you guys want to do VegasFaceMask.com or just share this on social media with somebody who might want some designer cool stuff, 2 for $25, made by my wife. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate you. I'm going to get a new gimbal, and tonight's live stream on Fremont Street will be great, fantastic, and awesome. Now's the time of the video where I say 3, 2, 1, click. So you ready? 3, 2, 1, and click.